What's up guys, welcome back to Unlimited Reads. My name is Chris and today I'll be talking about my reading plans for autumn. Up until now I've always done my reading plan videos for each forthcoming month, but lately, given that I haven't been reading as much as I usually do, only 3 books in Feb in fact, I thought to balance things out a little bit better, I've decided to do seasonal reading plan videos instead to forecast what I would like to read over the next 3 months. Now this format will work a lot better because when it did come to choosing a book of the month, there were only, well, this month there will only be 3 books to choose from, which isn't a very big competition and not a very big field of contenders. So I thought, why not do a book of the season instead? It has a better ring to it, and after giving this a lot of thought, it's not going to reduce any of the content on the channel, guys. In fact, I'm going to have more content moving forward because I plan on putting a lot of reviews up on the channel. So it's going to be like an average of 2 videos per week, absolute minimum. So it's going to have zero impact on the amount of content that I'm producing for the channel. It'll just mean that I will have a book of the season segment at the end of the 3 months, which is really appealing to me because picking a book of the season is going to be a lot harder than a book of the month, because you'll have a field of about 20 books to choose from, which will make the competition a lot harder, and it'll make me think a lot harder about what my favorite book will be for any given season. So doing it this way will give me a little bit more freedom. Instead of picking between 6 and 7 books per month, I'll be picking potentially between 30 books, and it's going to average out perfectly as well. I only read 3 books in Feb. Maybe March, April and May I might read another 8 books in a month. I might even do 9, who knows, but it's just going to all average out. A lot of the books I've chosen, which I'm going to go through with you in a moment, are fairly short as well. So I think the titles I'm about to share with you are pretty achievable to get those all read in the 3 months. And if it means that I get really busy one week and maybe read for 1 or 2 nights, then so be it. But then again, on any given weekend I might plow through most of a book. So it's all going to average out because some months lately I haven't read many books, and that's just because I've been a lot busier, and I felt that getting rid of the monthly reading plan videos isn't a big deal, and I think it'll be a lot better to do the seasonal ones moving forward. So it's a decision I've made for the channel, which I think will work very well. And of course, I'm pretty much going to be reviewing nearly every book I read on the channel. So yeah, you could probably, for the rest of this year, you could probably expect about another 70 or 80 reviews. So that's the direction the channel's going. Alright, so this list is for everything I want to read for March, April and May. There's about 20 books on this list. I haven't included anything unexpected that might pop up, such as a new release that I wasn't expecting, but the beauty about this format is I've got plenty of choice, and I've got the freedom to pick and choose what I want without having to pressure myself to pick between just 5 or 6 books every month. So even if I want to change things up a little bit, and by the time we get to mid-May, if I want to plow ahead with my Goosebumps readathon that I've got planned, I can do that. So there's no rules. I've got that freedom to pick and choose. So let's go through the list. First up we have The Mother by T.M. Logan. This is Tim's 7th book, and I can't wait to read this. It's going to be released on Thursday, and I've pre-ordered my copy for the Kindle because the hard copies aren't available in Australia until May, and who can wait that long? Not me. And I'll be certainly starting it on Thursday. So I'm in a position with my reading where everything is set up to have Thursday clear and free so that I can dive right in. I can't wait. The next book is The Drift by C.J. Tudor. She is a really good thriller writer as well, and she started back a few years ago with The Chalk Man, The Other People, and a couple of other titles, and it's a recent release that I picked up not too long ago, and it's going to be a fairly quick read for me because she does have a really good narrative pace, and I can rip through her books very quickly, so looking forward to that as well. Now, the next book is a carryover from February because I just didn't get to it, unfortunately, and that is the 2-book bind-up of Call of the Wild and White Fang by Jack London. Was meant to read it in Feb, just didn't get there, so I've had to shuffle it into this quarter, which I'm really looking forward to reading because it is another classic on my list to read this year as I continue my journey with reading classics and stepping outside my comfort zone, and really looking forward to that one as well. The next book was a carryover from Feb as well, and that is Die Trying by Lee Child, Jack Reacher number 2. It is part of the Jack Reacher rereading project that I have kicked off, and again just didn't get to it, so I've had to shuffle it into this quarter as well, but really looking forward to revisiting that book. And just while we're on the subject of Jack Reacher, the next 2 books I want to read are Tripwire, Jack Reacher number 3, and The Visitor, Jack Reacher number 4. So I want to, for the next 3 months, I want to at least do 1 Reacher book per month. And that goes the same with my Agatha Christie reading project that I just released, just launched, and I did do the review for The Mysterious Affair at Styles yesterday. You can catch that review on the channel. And the next books in the series, I've got Murder on the Links, and I've got Poirot Investigates, and The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. So again, I want to at least do 1 project book per month so that I can keep the momentum of the project going. Okay, now I have another one which is on the Kindle, and that is Dark Sun by Michael Robertson Jr. This is the Lance Brody supernatural suspense series, which I got absolutely hooked on, and I did get distracted with a few other books since reading the first novel in the series, but I'm certainly making room for it in this quarter because I really do want to find out what happens with the character next. Next, I have an interesting one that I've pre-ordered as well, which I'm getting Tuesday directly downloaded to the Kindle, and that's going to have to wait because the mother comes first, but it is called Quantum Radio by A.G. Riddle. I haven't read any of A.G. Riddle's books before, and this one sounded really cool. It has time travel in it. It had a really fascinating premise, and I thought, well, you know, I'm going to give it a crack because I like me a bit of time travel. Next, we have The House at the End of the World by Dean Koontz. That's his latest release, which got released a month or so back, I think. And, you know, it looks like a really good, engaging story, and, you know, pretty fascinating premise, and looking forward to getting stuck into that and seeing what it is about. But it certainly looks very, very interesting, and I can see on Goodreads that there have been pretty favourable reviews for it. Next, I have The Ninth Step by Mark Dawson. It's the next John Milton book in the thriller series, which I really, really like. Recently, I read Headhunters, which was the previous book, and loved it. I reviewed it on the channel, so if you haven't caught that one, take a look. And I plan on reading a lot more of Mark Dawson's books this year as well. Next, I have my next 2 Robert McCammon books that I want to read. Obviously, I finished Stinger recently and reviewed that on the channel as well. All these books I'm listing here are going to be reviewed on the channel, all spoiler free, but the next 2 McCammon books I've got planned and I'm really excited for is Mystery Walk, which I've been wanting to read that for a little while now, and I finally get to read it hopefully next month. And I'm going to read Baal as well, which is Robert McCammon's first published novel. So 2 of his titles that I'm chomping at the bit for. Just on Robert McCammon, when I do review his books, I'm really, really flattered that every time I do a review of a McCammon book, Robert McCammon himself snatches it up and puts the link on his Facebook page for everyone to see, and that's just really, really nice. It means that Robert is watching my videos, and he's watching my reviews obviously, and sharing them with his fan base, and I just think that's a really, really good form of feedback. I really, really enjoy seeing that. The next one I have is a little bit of non-fiction, and that is called The Choice by Dr. Edith Edgar. Now, Dr. Edith Edgar is an Auschwitz survivor. She is the sweetest lady. If you've seen her TED Talks on the internet and seen her speaking about her experiences in Auschwitz, this is the book I really want to read. It's the only non-fiction title I've got planned for the near future. And what she does is she is an actual psychologist. Her daughter's a psychologist and her granddaughter is a psychologist. She is on the faculty of the University of California, and she actually helps soldiers with PTSD. She goes and gives talks on aircraft carriers and military bases everywhere. So she's just a fantastic, inspiring lady. And I came across her book just recently, and I thought I'm going to give this a read because I really like those kind of stories. The next one I have is The Dying Trade by Peter Koontz. Now this one I have as, I've borrowed this from the library. Peter Koontz is an Australian author whose main character is a private investigator who investigates heinous crimes, and you know, he's not very well known anywhere else in the world, and he's written about 40 books. And I thought I'd come across him quite by accident, and I thought I'm going to give him a try and see how we go. But yeah, we'll see how that one goes. And I'm going to be doing a bit of manga as well. I'm going to be reading the Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service Omnibus 2. I did read Omnibus 1 last year and really enjoyed it. And you know, a book like this, yes, it is fairly thick, but it'll only take me 3 days because obviously it's got high picture content. So looking forward to that as well. And the one of the big ones I've got for this quarter is James Clavel'S Shogun, which is one I'm going to do a reading vlog on. This is the one that won the votes in my poll that I put up on my channel, out of 3 titles for which to do a reading vlog, and this one was the winner. And I'm really looking forward to just sinking my teeth into a little bit of fiction about feudal Japan. Another classic coming up next is Animal Farm by George Orwell. It's a low commitment read, it's only very short. I've always wanted to read it, and yet it is another classic that I want to read this year as well, so I'm really getting stuck into those, and I should hopefully enjoy it. They don't call it a classic for no reason. And the last book on this list is Flashpoint by Don Bentley, the next book in the Jack Ryan Jr. series, which I'm super excited about. I had the publisher send me a widget for NetGalley, tried to open it up and couldn't open it up, so I've sent an email back to them saying, hey, what gives? I really want this book. As soon as the issue is fixed, I'll be reading this one straight away as well. Hopefully I'll read it straight after The Mother. But guys, there you go. That is my tentative list. I'm going to get through a lot of these, and as I said, it's very fluid. It's not set in stone. I can read whatever I want. Obviously there are things that are going to come up which are very unexpected, but that's the beauty of this format, because you know, as I said, I'm going to review pretty much every book on this list, so there's going to be no shortage of content, but I just think this format will work really well moving forward. So there you go. Coming up on the channel next, my next video will be a spoiler-free review of The Troop by Nick Cutter. I am about 2/3 of the way through. I hope to finish it by about Monday or Tuesday, just in time to start The Mother by T.M. Logan. But really enjoying this. For a debut novel, Nick Cutter is amazing. His writing style is just really kick-ass, and I'm really enjoying it. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Put up any feedback in the comments below. I'll always respond to that. And until the next video, guys, I'll see you later.